Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. So in this one it isn't really going to be anything telling you how to do something. I'm just going to go through stats of different gears that I'm going to put on and show you guys the difference that research has made lately. A lot of people just focus on attack and defense debuff and just the main stats like that and just skip over the stuff they're adding in and why people are hitting so much harder lately. It's not that the troop count, the 30 million rallies do make a big difference, but the troops alone are not what makes that hit so hard. It's all the stats they have added in lately. And I'm going to try to go over it and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's just start with this. We're in Glacier King at the moment. Alright, let's go look at some boosts on this. Alright, let's just go to troop attack down here first. Alright, so troop attack wise on Glacier King, 15,000. That's without any boosts on or anything like that. Then you got your rally attack bonus 500%, alter boost, all that stuff. Alright, then you got 12,500 defense. Now you have your 300 alter boost and all that stuff, of course, added into that. And then you've got 11,000 health. And then, of course, alter boost, rally, health boost, all that good stuff. Now let's look at debuffs. Now we got 1,700 attack debuff, 2,300 defense debuff, and 2,700 health debuff. Alright. Now, just looking at that, that looks like a great set. The research is playing a massive role. That's like, the research is like 90% of that. Alright, let's look at my trap account and see the difference in the difference between the research and lower research power with just the gear on. Alright, so what's the research power on this one? I forget, it's like over 419. Alright, let's just leave it right there on the stat page and let's look at, it won't pull up. Alright, here we go. Let's put on Glacier King, and mine's plus 10. That one, I don't think that was plus. No, that one ain't even plus. Alright, let's look at mine. And of course, I've got a lower hero level, so I'm not going to have as much attack. I'm losing like 1,500 just off the hero level. But, let's see. Alright. Now, on this account, I have like 100 billion research power right now. But, stat-wise, because of the research lately, they've just added in so many stats. It's just becoming, and they're just adding so much lately, and that's why these rallies are hitting so much harder. Like 15,000 attack is a lot different than 10,000 over here. I got 10,000 defense on this. This one has almost 13,000. Health wise, I'm 2,000 less. And then of course all these bonuses down here are way lower. Debuff wise, I'm similar on the troop attack. Only a little bit lower on the attack debuff. Defense debuff, I'm way behind. Health debuff, I'm way behind on that one as well. Alright. Now, another stat they've been adding in lately that people are kind of overlooking. It's a stat we can't really debuff. At least I don't think we can debuff. Alright. People are looking at individual troop attack, 2,500-ish. Alright. But they're leaving out the additional 3,600 they're getting down here, which makes them well over 6,000% attack for individuals. People are just forgetting this stat lately and just looking at this stuff. All this stuff they're adding is what's making this stuff hit as hard, and I just wanted to go over it and make sure everybody is aware and they're really paying attention to other stats, not just the main attack stats and all that. Then you got your individual defenses, 2,800% bonus. That makes them a little bit harder to kill. Then you got a 2,800% bonus, and of course if you maxed the new tier 5 researches and all that, this would be much higher. This one is not maxed on the tier 5 stuff. It's maxed the strategic and regular, but not the wild part. So it will go up at least another 1,000. And then same for all the other troops. Well, pretty much the same. That one's a little bit lower on health and stuff, but that's just the research being not complete yet. Alright, let's look at a different gear set. Let's go to research gear or something like that. Yeah, let's go to training gear, why not? Let's see. Boost page. And this is gemmed for training. This isn't gemmed for taking hits or anything like that. Attack wise, still 2,000. Still 3,600 attack. So you could probably hit somebody in training gear and actually burn them, even though it's not even gemmed for attack. I mean, you could hit somebody small and still burn them with training gear, just because research adds so much stuff. And this is partly why this account does so well hero-less. Having a lot of research plays a huge role, because a lot of those stats stay behind even after you lose your hero. Now the ones that say troop health with hero, troop attack with hero, that stuff disappears. But when it just says troop health or something like that, all that stays behind, and you end up with stats like this while you have no hero. I mean, this is a skill tree set for training, and I've still got almost 10,000 attack just on that stat, not counting all this stuff. With this stuff, it's well over 10,000. And that's why this one works so well hero-less. You've got all this stats left over. The skill tree isn't even set for defense on this. It's set up for training. And I've got well over 7,000 with all this stuff added in. Defense-wise, health-wise, I got over 6,000%. Debuff-wise, still 2,700 health debuff, 1,900 defense debuff. None of that would disappear. I mean, research lately adds in tons and tons and tons of stuff, and you gotta pay attention to the details. A lot of people are just skipping over major stats that they are adding in, and just wanted to make you guys aware and make sure you're looking out, because they are sneaking in stats that later on will start hurting super bad if we ignore them for too long. Like certain little debuffs that kind of like these down here, like this watchtower debuff resistance, they haven't added anything in for that, but when they do, and if they decided to add it in and not let somebody know, like if it's a very small stat on a very big list like a new core or something, and people just kind of overlook it a little bit, but it turns out to be a massive advantage for an attacker, we're going to lose a lot of troops because everybody's just skipping over certain little details. You have to read between the lines on these stats. They are just pushing too much out to overlook anything. Alright, let's try another gear set, and that will be pretty much the end of that. Actually, let's compare this one with my training gear. Now my training gear is gemmed for defense, and it's skilled for defense and all that, and it'll be a little bit skewed, but you'll still see the difference. Alright, so let's see here. Defense wise, I think, alright, this one here, let me show you the skill tree for this. See, this thing is not even skilled for defense or anything like that. It's skilled for training and all that. Now mine is set up for taking hits, but I have much lower research. Attack wise, without even skilling it or gemming it, this account almost has more attack than this, even though this is set up for it. Defense wise, it's nearly the same. I mean, it's a little bit less, but of course if I was to gem it or all that, it would be well over 10,000 for this account over here. But I've only got a little bit over 9,000 if you add in all this other stuff. Troop health, I forget, is that, what was the troop health on this one? Troop health. Okay, so a little bit less troop health, but again, it's not even set up for that. research just adds in so much stuff lately. Debuff wise, I know this one's higher. Attack debuff is lower a little bit. Defense debuff is like 200, almost 300 higher. Health debuff is well over 600% higher. Alright, let's go look at the individual stats up here. Whoops, scrolled too far. Alright, so you got the 3600. Let's see if I can find infantry. Alright, so I've got a 3000% bonus. It's a 600% increase, and that never changes because the research doesn't change. It doesn't matter what gear you put on, you still have all that bonus, and people are just overlooking this stuff. I mean, this isn't really... People just need to pay more attention to stats like this and know how to adjust for each one. Like, these stats we can't resist. So really the only way to counter these would be defense, more troops, more health, more attack to kill this stuff. And people are just paying attention to certain stats and thinking the game's over because they're hitting so much harder, but they're overlooking this stuff, thinking only this stuff is doing it. So I just want to make people aware that research makes a huge difference. And if you are going to be taking hairless hits and all that, getting as much research as you possibly can is going to make a huge difference. All those stats play a role when you are hairless, and they can save you from losing a lot of troops. They can save you from having to add so many troops to be able to take hits hairless. It just makes a huge difference, especially while you are hairless. So hairless traps, guys, make sure you can get every little boost you can. I mean, I know it's expensive to do research, but every little bit that you can get done, I mean, even if it's just a small amount, every little bit counts, especially when you're hairless, because that stuff does not change. So every little bit you can get, that will help. That's pretty much all I wanted to go over, guys. I'll scroll through another set or two and show you guys. Let's put on monster gear, why not? The stats lately for research and VIP and all that is just making a huge difference. Same thing with VIP 30, it adds in another attack stat. It adds in the rally attack bonus, which before there wasn't really any of that, and now they've got over 2,000% of it, and they're just hitting so much harder with it because we have never had to adjust to that attack stat. Same attack on this one, still over 2,000% with that, still 2,800 with that. Let's scroll down to troop. 15,000 attack with behemoth gear, 10,000 defense with behemoth gear, and then 10,000% health with the, and the skill tree ain't even set for this one. I'm not sure what's boosting those more than the training one, but it's not even set for defense or health or anything. What's the debuffs on this? 2,600 health debuff, 1,900 defense debuff, and 1,000 attack debuff. Okay, well, that's enough sets. Hopefully that helps you guys be able to read your stats a little better and be able to pay more attention to what you need to look at. All the stats they're adding in lately is, most of it we can't debuff. I mean, they're adding in a lot of troop attack and stuff. I mean, they're getting close to 40,000 troop attack. But as I've said before, and I knew it, troop attack does nothing by itself. I mean, the amount of troops we have, troop attack alone, is not making people burn this bad. It's all this other stuff they are adding in that we have not had to adjust to yet. And it's just getting a lot of people's setups because there's something off, there's a certain stat they're missing or something that they haven't had to add in before. And it worked before, but now with all these new stats, it's not working. So make sure your setups are right, guys. Make sure you pay attention to stats, because MZ is just sneaking in a lot of stats lately that you really need to pay attention to and be ready to adjust for. Alright, thanks guys. I'll see you guys in the next video, which should be out tomorrow. If you guys have any ideas that you would like to see, just leave a comment and I will be sure to go over it. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, leave a comment or something. You guys know the drill. I'll see you.